Across borders and beyond boundaries, diplomacy is more than politics. It lives in classrooms, in shelters, in communities, and in hearts. From the towering skyline of London to refugee camps in Lebanon, from youth summits across the United Nations General Assembly parliaments in New York, one truth echoes across the globe. Peace must be built, not just promised. Welcome to the World Diplomatic Organization, WDO, a beacon of humanity, a home for diplomatic dialogue, a force for sustainable global leadership, connecting diplomatic missions and governments. From 2015, where the idea was envisioned, to 2025, when the idea was registered in London, in the United Kingdom, amidst growing geopolitical tension and humanitarian crises, a new powerful organization has been established and headquartered in London, in the UK, not to represent states alone, but to serve societies, countries, and communities around the globe.
Diplomacy in action, the vision of the World Diplomatic Organization.
The World Diplomatic Organization was founded since 2015 and registered its headquarters seat in London, UK, in 2025, with roots planted across continents including Africa, Asia, Europe, and United States of America, to empower passionate leaders, diplomats, educators, and civil society visionaries through an imaginary diplomacy beyond borders. Registered as an international organization under the British Government Incorporation Law, WDO remains an international diplomatic non-profit organization, free of political bias, driven solely by purpose. In today's world, education must go beyond textbooks. WDO's Peace and Diplomacy Education Initiative brings diplomacy into classrooms, from Africa to Asia, Europe to America. We engage students with global simulations, foster critical thinking, and empower them with tools to lead peace dialogue in their countries and communities. Because the leaders of tomorrow are the learners of today. When disaster strikes, diplomacy shows up, not just in words, but in action. WDO's humanitarian relief missions deliver food, clean water, shelter, and healthcare to communities in crisis. Whether responding to floods, displacement, or urgent healthcare needs, our volunteers operate with compassion, speed, and dignity. This is diplomacy reimagined, where empathy leads logistics. Some stand out not because they seek recognition, but because they uplift others. The World Diplomatic Awards for Global Recognition has been launched to honor those pioneers in peace, diplomacy, politics, humanitarian work, science, sports, and education who changed the world quietly, courageously. Through dignified ceremonies, humanitarians and diplomats' performances, and heartfelt speeches, we celebrate service, recognizing legacies that inspire future generations. Knowledge is power, but wisdom is action. WDO's Consular and Diplomatic Service University, CDSU, is our flagship academic center, dedicated to nurturing strategic thinkers in global relations, humanitarian leadership, and international law. Here, students immerse themselves in world-class research, simulation chambers, and real-world training. At CDSU, education becomes the foundation for transformation. True diplomacy begins with real experience. The WDO Diplomatic Cohorts Exchange Program unites young leaders across borders. Through immersive travel, policy workshops, cultural immersion, and local development collaborations, participants build mutual understanding and long-lasting partnerships. When minds meet, barriers fall. When stories are shared, trust is built, and that is diplomacy. WDO is powered by people, career diplomats, humanitarian experts, educators, business visionaries, civil society leaders, and volunteers from over 100 countries work together through structured councils and committees. With active operations in 195 countries, with estimated number of over 60 regions and 4 continental branches, Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas, WDO builds local community solutions for global challenges. Our reach is broad. Our mission is shared. Our work is united. We are the World Diplomatic Organization, a place where policy meets empathy, where crisis meets courage, where diversity meets unity. Together, we build bridges across communities, generations, and nations. Together, we teach, serve, celebrate, and grow. Together, we shape a future where diplomacy doesn't just serve governments, it serves the people. Join us in this movement, support the mission, become the difference.